My name is Vipul and I have 11 years of IT experience. During my IT experience, I have worked on multiple tools. So I started my journey from the Informatica data migration tool, and then I moved on to the SAP Word. In that, I worked on SAP Data Services, which is again a data migration tool which is specific to SAP. And then I worked on SAP HANA 2.0 on-premise as well as SAP HANA on cloud. And after that, I worked on SAP Analytics Cloud, which is a reporting tool available by SAP, and it has a lot of great features available to us. And then after working in those technologies, I moved on to the Snowflake Data Warehouse and also MySQL. Apart from that, I'm also associated with DataVision as a trainer for MySQL and Snowflake Data Warehouse. So let's get started up. So let's get started about this specific video where we are going to talk about the SNOWPRO course certification. As we all know, have very well understood that there is a huge demand for Snowflake skills, and having a certification is going to give you an edge in the job market. So here we are, and in this PPT, in this video, we are going to provide you with all the different steps which are necessary to take up the preparation for SNOWPRO course certification, as well as if you have any queries related to the certification, it could be the course content, the pricing, and how to set up your account and everything, then this video is for you as well. Okay, let's get started. So first thing first is if we talk about the different levels of certification we have within the Snowflake. So SNOWPRO course certification is an entry level certification, and let us understand what all different details we need to know this certification. Okay, so now if I go to the next page, so now here you can see that let us understand about the SNOWPRO course certification overview. So this SNOWPRO course certification is designed for individual who would like to demonstrate their knowledge of the Snowflake Data Cloud. And in the subsequent topics, you will also know that this actually doesn't go into very well into a lot of depth of the different topics, but yes, it does test you a lot of basic details. So you should know about the basic functionalities, which we are going to cover. What all topics we have to know as a part of this certification. So the candidate has a thorough knowledge of different topics. So these different topics are provided to you. These are different sections we have, such as data loading and transformation in Snowflake, virtual warehouse performances and concurrency, DDL and DMLL queries using semi-structured data and unstructured data, cloning and time travel, data sharing, and finally we have Snowflake account structure and management. And this course is for all who want to come into the cloud-based technologies. Either you are fresher, either you are having a functional background and you want to jump into the technical side, if you have been working on-premise and you want to learn how the different cloud technologies are coming up, or if you are a person who has already worked in the data migration and data warehouse role, if you have worked in any databases such as SQL Server, Oracle, Microsoft SQL Server, or MySQL, or even NoSQL databases as well, then and you want to scale up and you want to grab the opportunities which is either coming up in your own company or a different company, then this certification is for you. So now, as for this certification, you might need some prerequisite knowledge. So as we can see here, the exam does not cover the cloud fundamentals or the basics of the SQL syntax. Some questions on the exam assume that you know about the basics of cloud computing and your SQL syntax. So if you need assistance learning these topics, we recommend to review some of the additional resources below. So you should know about the database basic concepts such as basic terminology related to databases in SQL. You should know what tables are, what are data types, what are selecting, and how you can select the data and manipulate the data. We have different views, store procedure, and functions, as well as security. And if you look at the cloud fundamentals, then you might be questioned around what are the different types of cloud computing and what are their benefits, and then what are different types of cloud services, as well as how cloud computing architecture works, storage and compute. So again, here you do not have to go into very depth, but yes, you should know about these fundamentals which are required as a part of the certification exam. And now if we talk about the exam format for SNOWPRO course certification, so the exam version is CO2, and total number of questions which you will receive are 100, and the type of question will be either multiple select or multiple choice questions, and you will get 150 minutes to complete your exam. And right now the exam is available in English and Japanese, and the maximum marks which you can attain in this application is 1000, but the pass marks is 750 plus, so 75% or above is the passing criteria for this exam. And then again, we have something called as SNOWPRO Core recertification, because whenever you appear for a SNOWPRO Core certification and you are successful with that, then this SNOWPRO Core certification comes with a validity of 2 years. So as soon as your validity is going to expire, you might want to go for a recertification. So the SNOWPRO Core recertification exams is offered to a candidate to a route to maintain their certification status with the Snowflake. So this recertification exam shares the same outline as the regular core certification. So you will have the same what you can say, same pattern and same course content for the SNOWPRO course recertification. The only difference is that it is a bit shorter in duration and you have less number of questions as well. So you can see that if you are going for the recertification and you have, so the criteria for recertification is that you have already cleared your SNOWPRO course certification and you want to increase the validity of your SNOWPRO course certification. So the code for this exam is COFRO2. Total question will be 60, and you will have again multiple select and multiple choice questions. This exam is for 85 minutes, again in English and Japanese, and the pass marks is again 75% or above for this exam. Okay, so this exam, as we have already seen, we have the exam being broken down into different domains. So here you can see that we have 6 domains and also the domain weightage on the exam. So the highest weightage has been given to Snowflake data cloud features and architectures, followed by account access and security, performance concepts, data loading and unloading, data transformation, and the least of the weightage has been given to data loading and loading, and then data protection and data sharing. Let us look into the detailed topics which will be asked during the examination. So for that, we have this guide, which is available on the internet as well, from where you can see the different topics you have to be prepared for this exam. So if you look at the very first domain, then you will see which is Snowflake data cloud features and architecture. So here you will have the different, you should know about some topics such as elastic storage, elastic compute, Snowflake's three-layer distinct layers, data cloud or data exchange or partner connect network, and then cloud partner connect categories. And then on top of that, you should know the Snowflake UI, Snowsite, what are different Snowflake connectors, Snowflake drivers. You have SQL scripting, Snowpark, and you should also know about the different database catalog objects, such as databases, schemas, table types, view types, data types, UDFs, and TDFs. And then we have stored procedures, streams, tasks, pipes, share, and sequences. And then you should also be aware of how the data is stored in the Snowflake data warehouse. You should know about what micro-partitions are, what are the different types of column metadata clustering. We have data storage monitoring and how we can use SOS, which is the search optimization services available within the Snowflake data warehouse. And if we go to the domain 2.0, which is account access and security, so you should know about different network security and policies, what is MFA, what is federated authentication, SSO, and how the different privileges can be granted and revoked. And you should be able to explain the role hierarchy and privilege inheritance. And again, if we are talking about the data governance, we should be clear about the concepts such as accounts, what are organizations, what are databases, what are secure views, information schema, and how we can access history and the read support. And if we talk about domain 3.0, which is performance concepts, then we should know about what is explain plan, data spilling, use of data cache, micro-partition pruning, query history, and what are multi-clustering, what is warehouse sizing, warehouse setting and access. We should be aware of monitoring warehouse loads, query performance, scaling up compared to scaling out, how we can use different resource monitors. And finally, we should be aware of how to describe the use of materialized view and some specific select commands. And then in the domain 4, we will be asked questions on the data loading and unloading. So if you are talking about data loading and unloading, we should be aware of the concepts such as stages and different stage types, a different file size, file formats, folder structures, ad hoc or bulk load using Snowflake UI. And on top of that, we should know about different create commands, how we have to create a pipe, how we use the copy into command, how we use the git command, insert or insert override, what is put and what is stream, task and validate. And then we should also be aware of different concepts and best practices that we should consider when unloading the data. So when we are unloading the data, we should be aware about the different formats in which we can unload the data, how we are going to handle the empty string as null values, how we are going to unload to a single file or multiple files, how to unload the relational tables. And finally, we should be aware of different commands as well, how we are going when we are going to use within the Snowflake data warehouse to unload the data. We have different commands such as list, copy into, create file format, and then its clone, alter file format, a drop file format, describe file format, and show file formats. And finally, in the domain 5, which is data transformations, although we do not have a lot of very heavy transformation capabilities available within the Snowflake data warehouse, but you should know how we can use the estimation functions, what is sampling, supported function types, user-defined function and stored procedures. We should be able to explain how to work with the semi-structured data, such as we have JSON, Parquet, and how the different file formats are supported, the different data types and sizes, and we should know about what is a variant column and how we can do the flattening of the nested data which is available to us. And finally, we should be able to explain how to work with the unstructured data, how we can define and use the directory tables, SQL file functions, outline the purpose of user-defined function for data analysis. And finally, if we look at the final domain, which is data protection and data sharing, so in this we should know about the time travel, fail-safe, data encryption, cloning, and replication. On top of that, we should know about the different data sharing options we have, such as marketplace, data exchange, private data exchange, access control options, and shares. So these are all the topics which you should know whenever you are going to appear for the exam. So let us get back to the PPT we were referring to. And then now, once you are ready with your preparation and once you have confidently done all your research and you are prepared for the exam, then what you can do is that you have to come to this website, which is learn.snowflake.com/certifications. Over here, you can see that you will see a page where you are ready to register. So in this PPT, I have selected the SNOWPRO Core certification, which is the prerequisite. We cannot go directly to the SNOWPRO Core Advanced certification or Recertification without giving the SNOWPRO Core certification. So that is why first of all we have to register for that, and for that we have to first of all create an account by going to this blue button which says create account. So once you have created the account, in which you just have to provide your personal details, your phone number, your address, and so on. And once you have registered, you will be able to log in into this page. Okay, so once you have registered, so you will see your dashboard like that. And from here, you will also see different links where you can take a practice exam, you can watch courses on demand, or you can also enroll in one of the Snowflake's instructor-led courses, and you can also review the Snowflake documentation, which is a very good documentation out there. And now, once you are on this landing page, once you are on your home on your dashboard page, then you have to click on my certifications. So once you go to my certification, you will see that the SNOWPRO Core certification, which we are talking about right now, you can see the name already available. And then if you scroll down on this page, in this available certification, you will see on the very bottom you will have this option to schedule your exam with a Pearson view. So you will see that you can now schedule an exam for the SNOWPRO Core certification. So if you click on this link, schedule your exam with Pearson view, then you will be taken to this dashboard page where you will be provided with the option to schedule an exam. You will see that there is a pre-approved exams for you, because it actually checks what all certification you have appeared for, because we are coming here for the first time. Then we will be provided with this pre-approved exam, which is SNOWPRO Core certification exam. And if you are ready for it and you want to schedule your exam, then you can click on this link, and then you will be taken to another page from where you have to select the way how you want to give your exam. So right now, here you can see we have three different options to give our exam. Either you want to give the exam in person at the test center, or you want to give your exam online on view, and you want to have a private access code. So we are not going to discuss the third option, but we are going to look at if you want to be available whether in the test center or you want to give your exam online on view. So let us see the different details we have. So if you are going to give your exam as in person and you want to actually go to the exam center and you want to give your exam over there, then you can give the in-person option. So here you have to be provided with you have to be ready with different identifier, different IDs, photo IDs. You should have your Aadhaar card, and different identity can be your driving license as well. So whenever you are going to for exam, you are going to need your photo ID as your validation, so that you are the only person who are going to give the exam. And then what you can expect is that you can familiarize yourself with the testing experience, so you will feel confident the next day. And then there is a list of items which are allowed in the exam whenever you are going to the test center. Then that is why here you can see the list of items which are allowed during the testing center and which are not allowed. Okay. And then if you look at the second option, if you want to give the exam on with the comfort of your home while sitting in your room and you want to give your online exam, then you can select the on view option as well. So here you can see that you can give your exam on the personal computer that should have a reliable webcam and internet connection. So this is a very important thing. And you have to show your testing save space as well. You have to show your photo ID. And what you have to do is that if you are going for the online exams, then you have to start your exam 30 minutes earlier. It's not like your exam will be started 30 minutes earlier, but you have to spend this time to set up different software. So whenever you are going to start this exam, you have to install a software from OnView. And once you have installed the software, then it will have some automation available inside that, so that your photo ID will be approved in that, and your environment will be checked, and your testing space will be checked, and you will have to provide with 4 photos of the environment where you are sitting and you are giving your exam. So once everything is done and your personal computer has been checked and no window should be opened and only you are giving this exam, so you cannot come out of this on view while you are giving your exam. And then once everything is set, then you can give your online exam using OnView as well. So let us say if you are going in person to the exam, then what you have to do is that before that you have to select an exam language. As we have seen already that we have 2 languages in which the exam is available, whether English or Japanese. So once you have selected the examination language, then you can now find a test center, because you have to go to a specific test center. So here what you can do is that in the next page you can find a test center. So first of all, you can either enter your city or your country, and based on that you will see the list of different test centers available to you. As here you can see, as an example, I have selected Bangalore city, and when I clicked on search, I was presented with different test centers which are available in my area, as well as the distance available from my location. So here you can see that this one of the test center is just 0.5 miles away from my home. So here I will select this option, and then I will select a particular test center. It could be different for you based on your location. Over here, let us say I have selected this specific test center, and then once I have selected the specific test center, here you can see that then I will be asked to provide the date on which I want to give the exam. So here you can see that different slots are available. So these slots which are not available, they have been dimmed out, whereas these dates which are available can be selected over here. Okay, so then once you have selected the venue and then you have selected the date, then what you have to do is that you have to pay the price for the card. So your examination details, which are whatever you have selected, then all of that will be available within your cart. And here you can see that all the details are available. So right now what I'm doing is that I'm giving the exam on the in-person option. So this is the exam I'm going to give, and this is going to be an appointment. The appointment is set, and finally I can proceed to checkout. So here you can see that right now the examination price is 175, and once all the VAT charges are added up, and the total price comes up to be 206 USD, 206.50 US dollars. Okay, then that is it. All the different details which I wanted to share with you. I really hope that you will go for the certification. And if you talk about the SNOWPRO code certification, then we at KSR DATAVIZON also provide exclusive course in which we also prepare you for the SNOWPRO code certification and different topics which we have already seen. And once you're ready for that, then we are always ready for you to help you out in whatever case available. So that is it from my side. So if you have any queries, please let us know in the comments below, so that we will get back to you as soon as possible. And all the best for your journey on the SNOWPRO code certification. Have a good day. Bye bye.